few years later, when the Porsche 993 was released, I felt that same rush of love at first sight. The design changes took the aesthetics to an entirely new level, and I knew I had to have one. Years later, after this incredible blessing of selling my company, I finally had the chance to turn that childhood passion into reality. I began building my Porsche collection, and without a doubt, the first one I went after was the Porsche 993. The model isn't just a car, it's a masterpiece. The design curves are simply breathtaking. The iconic round headlights, the wide rear hips, and that timeless silhouette that whispers elegance and performance. So I called my best friend, Sky Barkett.
Hey, it's going pretty good. Here's my buddy Leon. Say hi.
So together we decided to make it a road trip. Two friends, a classic Porsche, and the open road ahead of us. I'm Leon, and I invite you to come along for the ride with us. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're headed to one of the Bay Area's hidden gems, the Junction Bar and Grill in Livermore, California. Nestled at the crossroads of some of the most iconic back roads in the East Bay. Okay, many of you might be wondering where the Junction Bar and Grill is located. So I live outside of the Bay Area here in California, and I'll kind of zoom in here where you guys can see exactly where it's located. But we have a number of kind of mountains on the east side of California here. But as I kind of zoom in here, let's go ahead and jump right in. You'll see right away, it's kind of in these canyon roads here. You can kind of see in the map. There's a couple key areas here to look at, but a lot of good, it's closed today. I think they're only open on the weekends nowadays, but it's very limited just because there's not a lot of traffic that goes in and out of these small canyon roads here. Give you some perspective though, we're looking at it's about an hour drive from where I'm located here just outside of Livermore and Pleasanton area. And again, just having this amazing scenic drive through Mines Road. It's about 35 miles southeast of Pleasanton, California. And you're really going to enjoy this drive as it really turns into this extremely beautiful rolling hills, vineyards, driving through this area, a lot of rugged back country, just sweeping curves, tight switchbacks, long straights that are perfect for spirited driving. The kind of drives we like to do in Porsches. Overall, you can't get enough of the excitement, the hard turns, the straightaways, and then just hearing the engine roar as you're driving through this area. So great drive. Another drive I want to do at some point is not only this drive, which is about an hour and 4 minutes, but then cutting over here to 580, which we can do. We can cut all the way over to 580 and then spin back around in a full circle. That's about a 2.5 hour drive for the entire road trip. But overall, a fun Porsche drive. If any of you are interested, comment below. More than happy to do the drive with you. Really exciting for really speeds between 20 miles an hour as some of the corners get really tight. So about 20 all the way up to 60 miles an hour. So in a 993 4S air-cooled car, it's ideal. Great drive, a lot of fun. The Junction has been a favorite stop for drivers, bikers, and adventurers for over a century. Originally established in the 1890s as a stagecoach stop, it carries a rich history of serving travelers passing through these rugged canyons. Now it's the perfect destination for anyone looking to unwind with a great burger and a cold beer. For Porsche enthusiasts like us, the Junction offers much more than great food. It's the journey that makes the spot truly special. Carving through the scenic, twisty back roads of Mines Road, experiencing the feels tailor-made for precision driving, machined like my Porsche 993 manual, with its naturally aspirated flat six sympathy and perfectly weighted steering. This car turns every corner into a dance, connecting me to the road in a way that few cars can. Out here, you feel the balance, the heritage, and the thrill, of what Porsche is meant to be. So come along for the ride with me as I carve through this canyon, and we'll explore the real fun of driving a Porsche. All right, guys. So we're gonna get this started. We're out on Mines Road in Livermore and driving through the wine country of Livermore and the far east bay of California, if you're familiar with that area. I'm in my 1997 Porsche 993 air-cooled 911 Carrera 4S, if you're familiar with that. And we're driving through the Livermore Country Road. We're going to be going to Junction Bar and Grill, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away from the Livermore area. And we're looking forward to this just beautiful drive. It is a not too cold at all. December, I think it's December 8th. Driving through these beautiful country roads. I mean, this is just amazing. So really looking forward to this ride here. And these roads are just totally set up to, I mean, honestly, these roads are perfect for Porsches. I can't believe, especially an air-cooled Porsche, this is about 287 horsepower to kind of give you an idea. A lot of people, oh, that's not fast enough. I got to tell you, it's fast enough for me. And I have two other Porsches that are much more horsepower, totally different driving experience. But this one in general, I love driving this 993 air-cooled on these types of roads here. But you can see how beautiful these roads are. But you know, right now I'm going 45 miles an hour. You don't want to be going too fast on these roads, but you want to enjoy this beautiful country and just enjoy driving your Porsche on these kinds of roads. They're just beautiful. There's nothing like an air-cooled driving experience though. Honestly, air-cooled cars are probably one of the more fun Porsches to ever drive. I personally like the 993 quite a bit, mainly because they made a lot of suspension changes in the rear over the 964. And those suspension changes just make the car just amazing to drive. If you get one that's well taken care of, I think you're going to be in a really good spot, and you're going to be able to do a couple different mods to it. I bought this car about 3 years ago, and this is the first car I wanted to get. I was lucky enough to sell my company and come into a little bit of extra money. Overall, the first Porsche I wanted to get was this 993. I had my eye on this for quite a while. I was gonna get one even if I didn't sell my company. That just allowed me to get a couple more Porsches, but this one in general I'd been thinking about for a number of years. It's a car I really admired growing up. This car came out just after I graduated from college. Originally, I wanted the 964, but we all know what happened with the prices of 964s and in any kind of good condition. So this was my favorite car. When I started doing a little bit of research on the cars, I started to understand a little bit more about the engines, a little bit more about the rear suspension, which is a big deal between the 964 and the 993. And it just felt like the 993 was the pinnacle of perfection for Porsche when it came to air cool. And a lot of guys had done some really cool, interesting mods on 993s. So for me, it was a no-brainer. The moment I was able to start shopping around, I did. I ended up finding this on Bat. For those of you that may not know, that's Bring a Trailer. It's a nice, very nice auction site. I was very, at first, a little bit nervous about running on an auction site, but after I read a couple forums, watched the YouTube video, made me feel a lot better about it. I also wanted to look into headlights, because the headlights on these cars from 1997 are just awful, and just a couple different modifications. So I got on Facebook, joined a couple different Porsche groups from the East Bay area, and posted. I just posted something, said, hey guys, I have a 1997 Carrera 4S. I'm looking to do a few mods. I listed the mods I wanted to do on Facebook, and within, I don't know, an hour, someone posted back and they're like, man, go with Darin Fister. He's just in your area. He's like 25 miles from you. I was like, what? No way. Darin Fister. And for those of you that may not know who Darin Fister is in my category, he's a Porsche legend. A lot of people really like him. He is a legend because he came up with Fister exhaust. If you guys are familiar with Fister exhaust. Yeah, big shout out to Darin Fister at FD Motorsport for totally transforming my 993 4S. Stage 3 exhaust with ceramic coating. The sound is unreal, deep and aggressive without being over the top. Then there's the short shifter kit with the goldenrod. Every shift feels crisp, tight, just perfect. I also added the factory motor sound airbox for extra intake grout. Subtle but noticeable, but the real game changer, the Bilstein PSS 10 coilovers. Drop the ride height just enough, and man, the handling is next level. Carving through these canyons feels like the car is glued to the road. Everything just works together. The sound, the feel, the way it moves. It's like unlocking the full potential of this car. Absolute driving bliss. Well, we've made it. After an exhilarating run through twisty canyons of Mines Road, I've arrived at the Junction Bar and Grill in Livermore, California, and feeling nothing short of electric. Carving through the endless curves in my Porsche 993 4S manual is pure driving bliss. The kind that makes every mile feel alive. The sharp, responsive steering connects me to the road with pinpoint precision, while the unmistakable wail of the air-cooled flat 6 echoes through the hills, filling the cabin with mechanical music. It's an experience that heightens all the senses. The surge of acceleration pulling out of a corner, the firm feedback of the shifter slotting into gear. Thank God Fister installed the short shifter. The thrill of perfectly balancing the car through the bends. By the time I rolled up here, I was ready for a little break to relax and enjoy the beautiful scenery. Now ready to turn back and head home on this beautiful drive.